And we should be live.
We're live.
Live in living color.
Right.
What is going on, everybody? Super Bowl weekend is finally here. The big day for everybody. Eagles Patriots part due. Hopefully it'll be like Rocky 2 and the Eagles, Rocky could take out Apollo Creed this time.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Sorry, dude.
It's going to, I just hope, Philadelphia needs this so bad. 57 years is long enough. I know New England, I know you guys want to host one more Lombardi trophy before, Tom and Bill go out into this, ride out into the sunset together like Brokeback Mountain. And
Not quite.
So, Brady and Belichick, they are definitely the best 1-2 combination, quarterback coach combination in the history of the NFL.
Oh, the numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, the 49ers, they can say what they want about Montana and Walsh. Yeah, they were excellent. They're right there with them, but I think just sheer dominance over the last 17 years, you have to go with Brady and Belichick without a doubt. Everything they've been through, all the, the Deflategate, Spygate, this gate, that gate.
Yeah, they tried it all. But
haters are going to hate, and they're going to do, the best they can to discredit, the dynasty that's been the New England. It's just what it is.
And one little thing there too, everybody says, "Oh well, Pittsburgh's got 6, and New England's only have 5." But if you look at Pittsburgh's 6 rings, that's in 2 different eras.
Yeah,
2 different coaches,
that's
2 different quarterbacks, and it's a wide range of many years in between.
Yeah.
You're
New England's done it consistently since 1990. Was it 6?
Yeah. Well, 96, you went to the Super Bowl with Parcells and lost to Green Bay, right? Is that 96?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, Belichick comes in.
Well, we had one before that as well. We had the Chicago fiasco before, 44-10. Well, I don't even count that shit.
Yeah, 85 Bears. There was nobody beating that defense. Yeah. Nobody in the world.
As cocky as McMahon was, he proved it. He backed it up. So, you got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah. I'm going to give some shout outs to the chat there. Got Wes Cochran out there. Got Raven Shadow. He's out there.
Beth.
Alan Gorby. It's me, dude. Mary Beth's out there. What's up, Mare? Let's see. I think I saw. Who else did I see out there?
I can't even get chat on this. I don't even know what's saying.
In chat. Alfredo's been in chat. Oh, look at Daytime Frank's in chat. Hey, what's going on, man?
So Daytime.
Nikki.
Brent, it's in our it's in the Zoom chat. I just put it in there.
Yeah,
all right, cool. Thank you, brother.
Up there as well. Yep.
Oops. There we go.
Awesome. Yes, Alfredo is. We're going to give Alfredo the proper title. It's not just the ball handle, not just the athletic supporter. He is the executive producer. He's in California. You got to have the right title, As long as he doesn't start wanting union money for it, then he may have to be replaced by a scab. But
I'm here for the sheer fun of it.
So, Brent, it's been forever since we've hung out. What have you been up to, buddy?
Oh, same thing, different day. Just trying to get my businesses off the ground. I've started a vape shop as well. So I gotta have a way to get my keep my products in there, and so getting that off the ground. And then I also have my coils right now on ejuices.com and their website, doing wholesale with those. So those are going pretty good. And I've got one more surprise coming up shortly. Everybody's got liquid, so I'm going a different way when it comes to my flavors, so my recipes. But that'll be coming out very shortly. But yeah, things are going really, really well.
Oh, that's excellent. And now is your vape shop Plume, is that up and running?
We'll be open tomorrow. Yep.
Tomorrow's your inauguration?
Yep, tomorrow's the opening. Yeah, not the grand opening, of course, but yeah, we're going to open the doors tomorrow and start the cash. Hopefully get some cash rolling in. There's a lot went out.
Oh, I bet. Anytime you start up a new business, you got to put a lot out in the front end and hope you can make it back on the back end.
Yeah. But that's the fun of it, It's after 33 years in aviation, decided to do something a little different now. I had a good time. I've done everything. I've flown for an airline, the private stuff, corporate for singers and that sort of thing. The exclusive stuff. So I'm good. I'm good now. Turn my devotion to vaping, and we're gonna go with a campaign. See, in the U.S., you guys can't say vaping saves lives, and then that there's certain things you can't say anymore. We're here, we don't have any restrictions.
Yeah.
So basically, my campaign is going to be: you bring me a pack of cigarettes, more than half full, and you crush it up with me in front of my counter. I'm going to give you a boulder, and let's see if you can get off it. So that's the whole theme. It's going to be getting the Bahamas off of cigarettes and onto vaping.
That's excellent.
We'll see how we're going to do with that.
That's awesome, man. I hate to make this, about vaping, but I am kind of curious. Is in the Bahamas, is smoking or is cigarettes like rampant, or is there what would you say the percentage is? Would you say it's comparable to the United States or more or less?
Yeah, I would say 35% of the population smokes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's and the majority of them smoke the. We have our own brand here, but of course, it's not a Philip Morris brand. But there's a lot of people, and the Rothmans, the British brand. A lot of people smoke Rothmans, the reds and the blues. But there are a lot of people that are starting to vape as well. It's getting around. The word's getting around, and we're going to do a lot of promotions in that respect. That's the main thing we're going for. Is we're nobody here says we can't say that vaping saves lives. So we're gonna do it until they tell us we can't.
Right.
And
that's awesome.
Let them stop us. That's all I know. That's fine.
Now in the Bahamas, is there a lot of government pushback as far as the anti-vaping like we have over here?
We've got nobody knows about it. It's nobody knows about it. It's a budding industry.
You got a clean slate.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that's excellent. That's something that'd be nice if we had that here.
Yeah, it's. I'm hoping we can make a dent in this thing, because once the word gets around, that especially for people who want to make the change, who've tried and the patches don't help, the gums don't help, cold turkey's a joke. For those people, if they can hear our commercial go out, bring us a pack of cigarettes and we'll get you started. We'll give you, a free starter kit. Who knows? Who knows? And the word starts spreading to get around there. We might have to, talk to Snake Eye and do a real wholesale, not just a 10, 15 pack order. A couple hundred packs if it goes well, which is great.
I honestly think that, this is just talking about the boulder, but I think if somebody had brought one of those to me when I was smoking, I think that would have switched me over. I really do.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
I have. I've got the big high end mods. I've got the low end mods. I've got the little cheaper. It doesn't matter. This thing I use all day, every day. I've had this for more than. I bought this in Detroit when we went to Detroit. I've got a crack on the edge there, if you can see that.
Yeah.
But it still kicks ass every day.
Yep.
It's my go-to. I don't know why, but I love it. And just like you said, if I would have had this 6 years ago, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been smoking those extra 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, because my first device, it was given to me, it was kind of pushed on me, by my wife. She was like, "Oh, you got to get off cigarettes here. Try this," and it basically came down to where, okay, here, let's let Nick in. There we go.
Here comes trouble.
Yep. Here comes my backup. All right. How do I make him a panelist?
Oh, Yeti, I forgot to show you this, Yeti.
Oh.
Promote to panelist. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, okay, he should be popping in now.
That's badass.
There we go. Now,
so it'll be in my hand from 6 till 9. What's up, Nick?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Nick.
What's up?
Hey, Nick.
Yeah, because my first device was one of them Ego pens, and it was like $100 and something, I think, for the whole setup. You know, in a kiosk in the local mall, and it shorted out in like 3 days, the battery and all that, and it was leaking and everything. So I stopped in the Pilot truck stop and bought the Vaping Plus, and used the tank from the Ego onto the Vaping Plus because they were compatible, and that worked for a while. But then that light on the end just looked like it was cheap and stupid. And I was vaping like 6 milligram with that thing, which was nowhere near enough nicotine for what I needed. Yeah. But I did notice that when I was actually giving it an honest try, I went from a pack and a half a day down to, you know, a half a pack a day, because I was grabbing that instead of always grabbing a cigarette.
Yeah.
But then the charging and all that, and it had that little cord like that big. It was a hassle.
Yeah.
And we went on a cruise to the Caribbean, and everybody on the ship smoking. You know, you're getting people from all over the world. You know, nobody was vaping. Even though I had my stuff with me, I never even took it out of the suitcase.
I remember when my next door neighbor, he smoked like me. He smoked like two packs, 2.5 packs a day, and he got an Ego and with like a little CE4 on the end, and it was like just in the matter of like a week, he was just using that. He wasn't even buying cigarettes anymore. He switched that quick. Oh, and I had already quit smoking at the time. He's like, here, try this. And I didn't even want to try it because it looked too much like smoking. And I was afraid, you know, it would trigger something because I've got an extremely addictive personality. And I was afraid that it would make me want to go back to, you know, buying smokes. And I was like, that's so stupid. I was like, why are you wasting your time with that? Just go get a cigarette or quit. You know, I was like, why are you using that thing? It looks retarded. You know, I mean, I was just like, I didn't, of course, that's when you don't know anything about it, you know, and when I look back on it, you know, I can see why, you know, opponents of vaping, I can kind of see where they're coming from because they're just ignorant to the science. And I don't mean ignorant like they're stupid. I just mean that they're just not educated.
Yeah.
You know, because I was there too, you know. I kind of feel bad for that now because I could have talked him out of vaping, you know.
Yeah, and you heard all the stereotypes. Oh, yeah, you know, vaping, that's for a bunch of fags and all that. And I was, you know, I would, you know, get on some people, you know, just joking around with them and stuff like that. Now I look back on it, man, I was a dick.
Yeah.
And now, you know, now look at me. Now I'm promoting vaping, you know, as hard as everybody else in this room. And and you know, it's crazy. Now I almost got into a fight in a bar in Jersey one night last summer. I'm on the patio part where everyone's smoking. And I'm sitting there, you know, hitting the vape, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I bet you could deep throat that and all that." I'm like, "Yeah, well, your girlfriend just got done deep throating me 10 minutes ago. You know, I was getting ready to fight the motherfucker."
Yeah, I think the turning point for me is when I got my dad to vape. Gave him Ego battery, CE4, and I had the same thing. I had a twist.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
that's what we had.
I went from smoking 1 to 2 packs a day, and the weekends more because drinking and smoke.
Oh yeah.
But I also had cigars, and I just found myself, to do it completely, why don't I just buy tobacco flavored e-liquid? And that's what really got me to quit smoking, was this tobacco flavored e-liquid, which at the time tasted like ass.
Yeah. But it tasted like the cigarette, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I bet you never used a USB port to cause you to vape. Let me explain. I had the regular Ego, and it wasn't doing it for me. And somebody else, a friend of mine, had one of these iTaste MVPs. Yeah. And because you can charge your phone on the bottom of that, I went and bought it. And that got me off of cigarettes.
Wow.
And then I went to this old piece of this thing is Delta 2 tank. I've had this for 5 years, and this thing still works like a charm. I still buy coils for it because this is what got me off of cigarettes. It's amazing. You know, something just as small and trivial as that.
Yeah. I remember I know like flavoring is very important when people are getting off of cigarettes. Flavoring is really what does it for them. Once they find that flavor that they want to vape instead of smoking, that's a big one. But I know vaping companies made a lot of money when people started vaping like 3 years ago, because you would be buying different devices every week because you're upgrading. Now it's like you could get an awesome device right away. Like they always sell, like maybe even just, I would say maybe even probably the worst device out for a beginner is a very good device, like getting the Alien set up. You know, if you get that, you're set. It's not like you buy the pens and then you go up to, like with me, I had the pens, and within a week, I'm like, you know, this works good, but it's just not powerful enough. It's just not there yet. I just need something a little more powerful. So then I got like a drunkard tank. It was a Genesis tank. I got that. And then, you know, you had to learn, like, the building was much different. Like you had to learn what ohms you even like it wasn't like there's already coils out. You had to build your own and figure out, you know, how many wraps at 24 around what. Do you like dual coil? Do you like, you know, so I know how I started vaping was very weird. I never thought I would quit smoking cigarettes. I was very stubborn to it. I didn't care. I enjoyed it, and I'd be damned if somebody would take it away from me. It was just at work, my boss was just like, it would be nice if we just were able to vape on the job and we didn't have to go outside, because I'm losing, when you break it down, I'm losing a lot of hours us going outside and smoking a cigarette 10 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
So 3 of us doing that, I'm losing a lot of money. So if we could just vape on the job. So then a little bit later, a couple weeks later, we're vaping. 2 of us are vaping all the time. We're almost off of cigarettes, and to this day, my boss still smokes. He's still trying the vaping thing, but he's the boss. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. But yeah, I never would have thought. After a while, I was just like, you know, I could do this. It's just, you know, I like it. I like it more than smoking.
Yeah, my motivation was I was just tired of smelling like a damn ashtray. I just had enough. I enjoy smoking. If it wasn't for the smell, I wouldn't have given it up. But I was just tired. Every time you go to have a conversation with somebody up close, you got to turn your mouth because you don't want to breathe on them. And I've smelled other people coming inside right after a fresh cigarette, how nasty that is. So, you know, I just said enough of this shit, you know. And I found something that I was able to satisfy me without that smell. I mean, I vape in the house now. Before I didn't smoke in the house, even though I'm the king of the house. I can do what I want. That's my family. I'm not going to subject them to that shit.
Plus, you don't want that smell on your walls and your carpet and your, you know, in your furniture.
Everything turns yellow.
My car now smells so much better than it did 6 years ago. Compared, you know, because once it gets in the carpet, you could put all the deodorizers you want in that shit. That's not coming out.
No, the only issue I have is the VG buildup.
Yeah.
I haven't. You know something, Alfredo? I haven't had. I mean, I can look at my windows right now. But they usually you need to clean the windows. My computer, every once in a while, you just take a non-static cloth and I wipe the face off. I don't really have that much of a problem with VG buildup that I can see. Maybe I don't know what I'm looking for, but I don't see it.
And Tommy said, "I'm the king of my house when my wife says it is." That's right. That's right, Tommy.
He has his wife's permission to say so.
Yeah. We got Focus Evo out there. We got John Carlo. What up, G? Go to Boo out there. Got Billy Vapes Hard out there. Got Focus. Thanks everybody popping in. It's like in my house here, you know, it's like the last house I was in was a rental when we first moved to North Carolina, and it was in the lease. You couldn't smoke in the house, which was fine. I had a covered patio, a covered porch in the front, and I had my ashtray right there and a little end table, and I'd be out there smoking away. And now, the only thing you got to worry about now is you get a little bit of VG buildup. Not so much up here because I only really broadcast. You know, I'm only usually up here when I'm on YouTube. But downstairs, definitely now with Beth vaping as well. You know, it's there's a little bit more on the windows, and in my vehicle. And the thing is, like when we went to go get the Christmas tree this year, that was the first time that Beth and my daughter were in my pickup truck probably all year. And they get in and she's like, yeah, it actually smells pretty good in here. You know, because before, you know, just cigarette smoke and everything, especially in the morning when it's cold, you might be smoking with the windows up because, you know, you got the heat going and everything. And, you know, so everything just sticks to it. And
yeah, just crack the window and hope everything just goes out the window.
And now with the vape, you know, you crack that window, you can literally see it just go, you know, swooshing right out because it's so nice and thick.
You know, I was wanting to comment on what Nick was saying. That's what he was saying about flavoring. That is probably one of the most truthful things about vaping is the flavoring, and it's also where I get the most like heated when it comes to like politicians or people just downing on.
You're not allowed to like ice cream, Yeti. You're a grown man. You're not supposed to like cotton candy. Exactly. Don't you know that?
See, that's the thing.
Grow the hell up, Yeti.
when I got into this, it was in fact I was about to quit. I was kind of, because I was sick of that. I had that ego twist and the CE4. The problem was the device wasn't satisfying, and the liquid, I didn't have a good liquid. But we finally I got a liquid that I love. I fell in love with it. It was like it tastes like juicy fruit, like the juicy fruit gum. Tasted just like it. So I just fell in love with it. You know, I don't normally chew juicy fruit, but there was just something about it, you know. So I fell in love with the liquid, and then right then I'm like, I got to get a better device because this isn't satisfying. You know, I was on those CE4s, they suck, you know. And then I was off to the races. I got a Heracles tank and an iStick 50 watt. I was good. I was sold from there on. And had it not been for that liquid, I wouldn't be vaping right now, because I was at that point. If I didn't find something that day when I went to the shop, I was just going to set it down. You know, I was just done with it.
That was the way I am with Loaded, the glazed donut from Loaded. I've been trying to clone that for 4 years and I can't get it. I mean, I am so freaking close. It's just like 0.5% here and 0.5% here of what I'd have to add to it. I just cannot get it 100%, but it's close. Because that thing, I've in my first 4 years, I must have gone through 12 bottles at 120s, just that one liquid, nothing else that I've tried, just that one liquid.
Yeah.
I can't get it. I'm so close to it, but it can't get it's something else, something missing.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird the different parallels to vaping and smoking, how it's so different it is. Like, first of all, some of us have been smoking for so long, and it's just amazing that you're doing something for 20, 30, even 10 years or whatever, and you could just stop. Like, that's very, like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then also, like, it's just so different. Like, we never cared about the flavor. It's either menthol or tobacco. Like, it's them two things. Now I got like 10 different flavors on my table. You know, and it's just so different. But I mean, I hear a lot of people talk about if they stopped, if vaping was like just totally outlawed, you couldn't do anything. I definitely wouldn't go back to cigarettes. I don't think I would have to. At 3 milligrams at this point, and then there's some days where I don't even vape that much. I really don't think I'll go back to cigarettes at all.
Just look how passionate people, the 5 of us here now, are passionate football fans. We're here for a tailgate party, and we spent the last half hour talking about vaping. It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah. That's unbelievable. You got to have a passion for something when something else can overtake something that. Today's a Super Bowl, and we're talking about vaping. You know, it's got to be something to it.
Well, I don't think I would be here without vaping.
Yeah. There you go.
Developed several lung issues.
Oh.
I don't think I'll be here.
No.
Well, you guys know with my job, you know, I do a lot. I mean, everyone thinks, oh, you're just driving a truck. No, I do a lot of walking. You know, I'm in these rail yards, I'm in these manufacturing plants, I'm at these auto auctions, and I could walk 2-3 miles just to get 9 or 10 cars up and get them on the truck. Mm-hmm. You know, I have a very physical job when it comes to the loading and the unloading of the vehicles. And if I was still smoking, I mean, it was getting to the point where I'd get winded and I'd get wore out after loading that truck. Now my energy level is way up, and you know, and I feel way better. And I mean, it's just a testament to it. I mean, I started smoking. Nick, you may not even been born yet. I started smoking 1983.
I was being born. I was
Yes.
born in 83. So
yeah, see. I was in middle school. I was in 7th grade. First time I stole one of my mom's cigarettes back, and you'd go to the store and, the guy at the local deli, he'd give my mom samples. Well, that's how I got caught, because I was taking the samples and I wasn't giving them to my mom. And, and then that's, I think the guy at the deli said to my mom, "Oh, how do you like those samples?" And she's like, "Well, what are you talking about?"
Busted.
Yeah. And now, like, I see a Shore Vapor. I see a lot of truckers vaping. I see a lot more people in general vaping. Yeah. I go to these dealerships where, usually where we unload the cars, that's where, all the smokers at the dealership, they make them stay away from where the customers can't see them and have their smoking areas out there. Well, there's quite a few dealerships, especially there's one up in Chesapeake, Virginia, this one Honda dealer. Almost everybody I see coming out of that building now to go to their smoking area, they're not smoking. They have a mod in their hand. Either.
Yeah. What did you say that was, Frank? 83?
Yeah.
Damn, I picked up my first cigarette in 77. Please. You drag back some years here, dude.
Oh, yeah. 77. I was in 1st grade.
Tommy just said that he started smoking in 73.
Yeah, that just means
73.
You're old.
Okay, yeah, he's got me by a few years.
I didn't think he was quite that old. I knew he wasn't young, but I didn't think he was that old. Shit.
What are you saying, Frank? What are you saying, Frank? Go. Don't beat around the bush.
You know what I'm saying.
Calling me old, Frank?
Hey, you know what? We are all aging gracefully, and now without smoking, we're going to be able to age a hell of a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure your 401ks are paid up, and
just for men.
You're going to need retirement money because you're not going to be dead at 60.
No, I don't plan now. I don't plan on that shit. No, I just started my vape shop. I can't die now.
You got too much to live for, huh?
I've got a mission to convert this country from cigarettes. So no, it's too early to go yet.
Absolutely.
It's a big one in Philly. The health issue is a real big one with people stopping smoking and starting vaping. Philadelphia has became like, ever since a couple years ago, we were known as like the fattest city in the U.S. And ever since then, like all these gyms have been opening up. A lot of younger people have moved here from New York. And it's just, there's lots of people more conscious about their health all over the U.S. So vaping has, that has gotten bigger with that because people want to stop smoking, and the best way is through vaping. So that's a big one in Philly. Another big one with me, when people,
you can show it though.
The difference is like when you stop smoking, like I take the L a lot, the L or the bus here in Philadelphia. It's just smarter for me.
I want to show you what my daughter made yesterday. Sorry, Nick.
That's good. But, sometimes I'm late for the bus. And when I was smoking and I ran for that bus or that L early in the morning and I got on that L, it felt like I was about to die. I'm 30 years old and I'm feeling like I'm almost dead from running about 100 fucking feet. But now when I started vaping, I noticed, I could run for that. And when I sit down, I'm not completely out of breath. I don't feel like I'm dying anymore.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You notice that in weeks.
Yeah.
And I noticed my taste buds got a lot cleaner.
Oh yeah.
When I first started vaping, everything tasted the same. There was no distinguishing this liquid from this liquid. Now I could taste not every, but a lot of elements to a certain e-liquid.
Oh, yeah.
And food tastes a lot better. I gain more weight though. That's the only issue. But
well, Nick, what's the mood in the city today? I mean, is it like insane or what? You ran to the store. Is it like everyone's just like nervous, or are they all, everyone feeling confident? I mean, what's the mood up there in Fishtown?
It's everywhere you go, everybody says something about it, but it's all, I mean, right now it's raining, so it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's miserable here too.
Yeah, but all week it's just like, everybody's in a good mood. I don't think, if you like kind of know football and the beginning of the year, the Eagles weren't, this was supposed to be like a building year.
Yeah.
So, if you thought that the Eagles were making it to the Super Bowl in the beginning of the year, you probably don't follow football that much. So we got very, not only, it's not luck too much. It's just, things fell where they lay and we have a good team. But this was supposed to be a building year.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome who's in the Super Bowl because I honestly think it's the two best teams in football, and that doesn't happen much.
No.
The Patriots, I mean, obviously the Patriots are the best team in football. They've won how many Super Bowls the past 10 years? They're just so dominant. And then actually the best team in football this year is in it. So, I mean, everybody's just everywhere you go, somebody says something about it, go Eagles. There's people, obviously the economy goes up. People are selling Eagles t-shirts on every corner. It's good to see. I remember when the Phillies was like this, and it's just our economy went up so much. Like in 2008, and Philly hardly felt the crash in 2008 because the economy went up so well because of that World Series win. So
I love the way that the city acted proactively, and then you greased up all those lampposts so nobody could climb up the lampposts. They know what was coming. Everybody knows what happens in Philly during the championship run, man. People just go berserk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was up there last week. Well, middle of like right after the Minnesota game, and I was in Feasterville delivering cars in center turning lane, about the width of the truck, but my truck's all done up in Eagles.
Yeah.
And I got my Eagles hat on and everything, and I'm delivering cars, and people are going by. They got the flags going, they're beeping the horns, and everyone's like, before they try to run you over, and then like, oh, okay, well, he's cool. We'll just we'll make sure he has his space and he can do his job. And then I was down by the airport, and everybody was in a good mood there. I was trying to find somebody on a corner selling a shirt, but I guess I wasn't in the right neighborhoods because I had money in hand. I wanted to buy a couple of shirts. But
Frank,
be up there tomorrow. I'll be driving up tomorrow.
When your city has a trifecta in 1 year, then you can talk to me. Celtics, Red Sox, and Patriots all in 1 year? Come on, dude.
But
the only one missing was the Bruins. And if the Bruins would have won it, I mean, that's got to be the sports #1 town. #1 sport town, however you want to say it.
But if the Eagles pull this off tonight, though, that's going
to you'll have accomplished a lot, yeah.
Be the biggest celebration probably since the Revolutionary War in Philadelphia.
There's like people that are like, I have like friends that like with their dads and even older friends, and they just want to see a damn Super Bowl before they die. Like,
yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
And like, I'm sure like the, the Patriots fans, you guys think like, it's just, these guys are great in the Super Bowl. It's just clinching the Super Bowl. But I think the way Philly might be thinking is it's hard to win a Super Bowl. The chances of winning a Super Bowl is very hard. So I think we might feel like we might have even a little bit of luck also.
Hey, but Nick, you got to realize that of all our Super Bowls, the majority, I think 4 of them, we only won by 3 points. Every one of our Super Bowls are close. They're not blowouts. We don't blow people out in the Super Bowl. I don't know why, but we don't.
And usually,
they're always great.
Usually it's the fourth quarter too.
Exactly. It's always the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw some statistics.
Carolina was 3 points.
Yeah.
Eagles were 3 points.
Yeah.
And what's that?
The Rams.
The first one, the Rams was 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Seattle, Seattle, you came back and won at the,
wasn't last year 25-28?
Well, no, last year was in the 30s in overtime.
Yeah.
You guys won in overtime by 6.
That's right. It was 25 points the comeback.
Yeah. It was 28-3 and you guys came back.
Yeah. They say the difference between regular season football and Super Bowl football is like the difference between college football and regular season pro football. Like it's such a dramatic up in the football playing that,
I believe it.
And that's the reason why there's so much emphasis put on experience versus first-time teams coming there. People don't believe it, but there is a hell of a lot because those teams going in for the first time, they are so happy. They're not worried about the rules. They make infractions because they're there the first time, and they're not ready when the gun goes off on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
It's been proven over and over and over. Now, today might be totally different because those Eagles are very hungry right now. One thing I don't like, they are extremely hungry, and that frightens me.
And there's some veterans on that team that know that this is going to be their one and only shot.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. You guys got
Malcolm Jenkins has one.
You guys got 6 players on your team that have had post Super Bowl experience. 2 of them came from us from last year.
Yep.
So
yeah.
4.
Chris Long and LeGarrette Blount. Yeah.
So this could be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to it.
If Nick Foles can come out and control his emotions and not be overthrowing balls and just manage the game, get through that first series and settle into, okay, well, we're in a football game. It's no different than we've played, our entire lives. It's just on a bigger stage.
Again, that's where experience comes in because the younger team's not going to realize that, dude, just relax, settle down, just do what we've done to get here. Don't try to reinvent the wheel now. This is our last game.
Exactly.
Do exactly what it took to get here. Don't try to overthink it. Yeah. And that's where inexperience comes in.
Yeah.
Well, that's like if the Eagles get up big, like Atlanta did last year or like Jacksonville did 2 weeks ago in New England.
Better not let up off the gas because if you don't step on our neck, they're going to come back and bite you in the ass. I'm telling you.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. Doug Peterson, it could be, you saw in the Minnesota game, we're up 24-7 at halftime. We come out, get the ball first series of the second half, and he throws a flea flicker 40-something yards for a touchdown to Torrey Smith. And that right then and there, that was it. I mean, but he kept his foot on the gas. They got another touchdown after that. And if they would have played a fifth quarter of that game, they would have won by 60.
Let's just give you a microcosm, a little example. In the Jacksonville game, Jacksonville went into halftime with knelt on the ball with 50 seconds to go.
Yeah.
When New England had the chance, 32 seconds, we ran down the field and scored a field goal.
Yeah.
You do not let up when you have somebody down in a game as big as this. If you do, so what do they call you piling on the point? Pile them on. This is the last game of the season. Pull everything out.
It might be your only shot.
That is true. Don't leave anything on the field that you regret later on. I mean, and don't be like Jalen Ramsey and start flapping your gums around. See what happened?
Yeah.
That was an idiot. I mean, again, young and inexperienced, has no idea what that. You give somebody like Brady bulletin board material. Are you stupid?
That's what I worry about. Someone like Jalen Mills. If they get him off his game early, he could come unraveled real quick because he just plays with so much emotion that they can.
He'll get the better hand. He'll get the better hand of him, and
Brady will pick him apart.
And not only that, you make a stupid play. You get beat, and the guy talks some shit to you. You push him or you knock him or something like that. Boom, there you go, out of the game. Like you change the whole dynamic of that offensive or defensive line for something stupid.
Yeah,
you have to keep your emotions in control, or else you're going to lose.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if Sidney Jones is going to be active today or not. He's a rookie. I think you just leave him sit there, give him a bag of popcorn, tell him to enjoy himself. Because you don't want a guy who's started one NFL game in his career. Yeah, he's still coming off nursing an Achilles injury. To be out there on the biggest stage. When you got 6 million people in Philadelphia that will fucking stab you if you screw up in this game. I mean, the pressure's on.
Did you see that YouTube video that's out there? The guy threatening Peterson and Foles.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh man, I mean, this is how it is. Like, if you guys don't win this, you're not going to get out of the stadium. I mean, of course he was talking shit, but the look at his face, if somebody else took that the wrong way and acted on that, it could be a problem.
Yeah, the cops could be knocking on his door.
Mm.
I think because this year was so unexpected, as different than 2004. This hat is from 2004, last time we played in the Super Bowl. And, I mean, that year, I think the pressure was more on the Eagles because, that team had gone through so much just to get there.
Yeah.
they had 4 straight years of being in the NFC Championship game and losing 3 in a row. And I remember walking out of Vet Stadium after we lost to Tampa Bay, and it was like walking out of a funeral. No one said shit. Everyone just had their head down. The Carolina game, people were just pissed. They were just like, how do we let these guys come in here and beat the shit out of us the way they did?
Dude, you had Jake Delhomme. I mean, come on, give me a break.
Oh, it wasn't. It was their defense. Their defense just count. I mean, that's when the Eagles decided, we need to go out and get some thugs, because that team was way too, altar boyish. They had all these clean cut guys, but they couldn't play football. I mean, they played just well enough to disappoint you at the end. They had Freddie Mitchell, who was a nutcase. He was just all about himself. They came off of that huge emotional win the week before against the Packers, 4th and 26. And you had Todd Pinkston, who reminds me a lot like Nelson Aguilar. He's just a little skinny thing that you punch him in the mouth and he's going to curl up. But then they went out and got T.O., who just went into the Hall of Fame yesterday.
Well, I just want to say Dawkins too. I mean, Dawkins got his his jacket yesterday as well.
That's it, number 20.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to those guys. And Ray Lewis, he deserved that.
Oh, Ray Lewis,
really deserved that.
Randy Moss.
I was a little surprised. Randy had his best season ever. Randy had his best season ever with us, but I don't think Randy deserved first ballot Hall of Fame.
No, I thought they should have let him wait a year or two.
No, he shouldn't. Not first ballot.
I agree.
I remember when he came out of Marshall. This is back in my video game days, and first thing we did was create Randy Moss, and we put him all 99s. And I was like, oh man, it's gonna be too much for him. And then he goes out there looking. If there was a way we can make it 105, because he was just incredible when he first came out.
Yeah, he was. And when he left Minnesota and Belichick got a hold of him, the dude, he really excelled. I mean, all the shit stopped. He was clean cut. You got to understand, if you want to play for a champion, you have to abide by their rules. And Belichick would not put up with that shit. I mean, to let Ty Law go, Lawyer Malloy go, who the hell is Randy Moss? He could have been gone in a heartbeat.
Exactly. It's me, dude. Said Tecmo Bowl. Yeah, Tecmo Bowl. That was a game. But all you had to do was take Bo Jackson. You won there. That's why we would create a rule you couldn't take the Raiders, because it just wasn't fair. So you'd actually take the Browns, because Kevin Mack was like a truck and he would run everybody over.
One thing I can say about I don't know if I want to call them fair weather fans, or I don't think that would be a fair thing to say, but it seems like I've seen a huge amount of support for the Eagles. Like people that, aren't normally Eagles fans, they're just like, and I know a lot of it's like, probably New England hatred also, because
that's the majority of it. That's the majority of it.
And I get that. I totally get that. But it just seems like there's a lot of people, I hate to say falling on the bandwagon, because I don't know, they could be true fans, but I think it will be a good game.
Well, you also have to realize too, Yadi, that Philly does have one of the strongest fan bases in the league, unfortunately. I mean, when I say unfortunately, because they haven't had the success that they like, but those fans are rabid. I mean, you're not gonna find stronger fans than Philly fans, man. And even though New England's got a good following as well, I still think that Philly has the best following of fans in the league. Them and the Raiders. Then you got to put the Raiders in that same conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah, I learned
in the same conversation.
I learned at a young age that Dallas fans do have the ability to fly when they talk enough shit and get thrown out of 700 level. It's just the Eagles fan base is very rabid, and they get a bad rap a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of it is well deserved. I mean, I'll admit to that. I've had blood on my hands from Redskin fans before.
I mean, look at the guy when just for one instance, when the Minnesota fans are walking to the game, the Philly fans throwing bottles and shit at them, man.
Yeah.
No, they're fans.
Punching the police horse.
I think they were on like Bud Light.
Punch the police horse, exactly.
Yeah, that was a dumbass. After the Atlanta game, that was.
But you got to give it to them. They are fanatics. They will back the team up.
The thing with Philadelphia, and I know Nick can back me up on this, is we do get a bad rap, and if one there's shit that happens in every NFL game every week in the with the fans, but because it's Philadelphia and because of reputation, lazy reporting, it's real easy to just look on the police blotter. Oh, what happened at the Eagles game today? And then they're going to emphasize that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I also want to tell Ren. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
I want to say to Ren, congratulations on her buddy Urlacher getting in as well.
Yeah, Urlacher in there. She knew that was coming 5'4". He was well deserved. He was a menace. He was a menace. He changed the game.
A guy would just destroy an offensive line, man.
Yeah, I like seeing defensive players get in there because there's two sides of the ball, and you don't see enough defensive guys, especially safeties. Brian Dawkins was talking about that last night after he was, after he got the notification that he was in. That's like the last line of defense. They're not usually game changers, but guys like him, Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater, Darren Woodson. I mean, these guys would change a game. Oh, West, there is a kitten bowl. I think it's actually going on right now. I saw something on Hallmark channel. Yeah.
Oh, is it Hallmark?
Yeah, Hallmark. They have it. Yeah, I saw something with kittens on there. I'm like, oh, geez.
Hallmark, Lifetime, one of those.
Yeah, they all have something, which is cool. Especially if it brings awareness and they get adoptions out of it. Then it's excellent. There's a lot.
Budweiser did it for a couple of years, didn't they?
I think they sponsored it. Yeah. Well, you had Bud Bowl with the cans.
Yeah.
There was actually Vegas lines on that stuff back in the 80s and 90s.
You gotta adopt a can, yeah, sure.
Yeti, so you got some positive press lately. Vape News? Vape World News? What's it called? I looked at it. I actually read it today. What the heck?
Yeah, you would ask, and I can't.
Yeah. You got some good press in there. Christine got some good press in there.
Yeah, Chris. They did an article on Chris. That was awesome.
Yeah, both of you. I mean, I know you're not one for attention, but yeah.
Yeah, I was really I wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah, that was really cool. Really, really cool.
Yeah, I still have to find the Easter egg. I haven't found it yet.
You haven't?
No.
Wow. I thought I think we've all but told people where it is.
You know what? I think it was kind of like I was paying attention, not paying attention. And I'm like, well, where the hell is this damn thing? And I'm looking all over the website for it, clicking every link and seeing if something's going to come up and related and trying to dig around. I mean, I was looking on the mobile site, but
well, I'll tell you this: it's not a picture. No, it's not. It's not like a picture of the coil.
No, I heard that.
But there is a clickable link, somewhere about the website.
Yeah. Yep, that's all you can say. And I'm blaming.
When you're about to give up, check again.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I think you should look at that something about.
Hey, let's not give it away, but yeah, I caught the gist of that.
Oh, did I give a secret away? I apologize.
Yeah, it's been out there, so
yeah.
And if you can't find it, I'll help you out.
No,
I'll draw you a map.
You know what? I'll look right now.
Actually, that was I did that as a joke because originally I wasn't going to release that coil because I mean it's an 18-ply frame staple. I mean I can't just bust them out. Well, yeah, I've gotten a lot faster at them now, but originally that was just for like I would just send them out to friends. And it got to where so many people was demanding. They weren't asking for it. They were demanding them, and I was like, all right, fine. I'll put some up, and then I was like, let's make it challenging. I was like, is there a way we can hide this? But, and not make it searchable because you can't even search for it on the site, but there is a clickable link somewhere, about the website. There you go. You found it. But that that kind of makes it fun for Well, it makes it fun for some people. It pisses some people off to no end.
Well, because they can't find it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that still haven't found it.
Put them in a roundhouse and tell them piss in the corner. It'll destroy them.
There you go, Pippa. You got a wrench. Go ahead. She's gonna post a link to the article so everyone can read it.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Pippa. Gorby found it.
Cool.
But yeah, that's why I didn't originally want to put that up, just because I didn't think I could keep up with demand.
Yeah.
Because at the time it did take me a little while to put them out. Now I can bust them out real quick now.
Now, Nick, I saw that hybrid coil that you built today on Instagram. How do you guys come up with, I mean, I see this stuff, and building it's one thing, but just coming up with the ideas on these coils is totally something different. I mean, where's the inspiration come from to that off? To come up with, I'm going to build a Staggerton alien hybrid. Where's that come from?
I guess it comes from seeing other people. It makes it a lot easier when there's so many builders, doesn't it? It's like you just see there's just so much out there that like you just get inspired by a whole bunch of different things, and then it's also just trying to do something different. There's a whole bunch of things. It's important. It's just like any other art. You just want to make something your own, and take things that you like and put them together, or just do things that you like to do. But it really comes from a whole bunch of builders, and eventually somebody's going to hit something.
Well, that's why, Nick, I leave all that fancy stuff to you and Yeti and everything. All I do is just strictly fuse Claptons. I try to do the best fuse Claptons I can make. All those fancy gargoyle twisted hoof, no aspirations whatsoever to do that whatsoever. I love watching you guys on Instagram. Keep it up, but that's not for me.
I don't have the patience.
No, I just want to make something very simple that's good. You get good flavor on that people want. That's it. Now, when it comes to those fancy things, not my wheelhouse.
It's definitely not for everybody. It's a lot like anything, like any small intricate hobbies, kind of like like maybe like model airplanes or model cars or whatever. It's very tedious, very, it's not for everybody. Not everybody.
Very repetitive too. Same thing over and over again. So if you don't like quiet places by yourself, coil's not for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that, and I've said it ever since I started following some of the coil builders, that if the FDA and the federal government ever clamped down and shut everything down and outlawed vaping, a lot of you guys could go into jewelry making and make a fortune.
Look at that. That's mine right there.
Yep. There's a couple guys that have gotten to stuff like that. Like there's some real good builders that have gotten to making like these big charms. It's actually quite amazing. Like some of the stuff is very, very unique and crazy to see. I could probably pull some up, but you would look at it and just be like, wow, that's crazy.
I just don't know how you guys, I just don't know how you do it. I mean, you get so frustrated trying to put all those cores together and frame those in, and then one pops out the middle of it and just piss you right off.
Oh, it does.
I know, it's crazy.
But that's what makes it fun too. It's just like anything else. If I was able to do everything perfectly, then I probably wouldn't keep doing it.
Yeah, true.
It's like any sport or anything. Like if basketball players learning how to dunk, they don't get it every time, but eventually, if they keep practicing, they get it, and then they're able to do it all the time.
Yeah, it's just like with my little petty fuse Clapton. So every time I do one, I'm trying to get a little more pressure, a little more tension on there, and bang, it popped that one out. Okay, that's a little too much. Let's do it again.
Make that wrap just a little tighter, and
but that's what you strive for. You strive for when somebody vape shell coil, they come back and say, damn, I love great flavor. It ramps up and cools down perfectly. You know, I've had it for a month now. I just keep cleaning. And that's what I want to hear. You know.
So here's a guy that used to be a coil builder, and he got into making these charms. His name's Brian Barrett, and he puts like these gems and stones inside these wires, and he makes like these big medallions out of wire, and they're just
wow.
Oh.
There you go.
Damn.
Looks like a Battlestar Galactica. It looks like a Death Star.
And he's got all different, I mean, he does so many different ones. It's amazing to see what he does with wire. And this is just some of the stuff that some of them get into.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I've
great.
seen, you know, like coils made into bracelets or earrings, but that shit, that's a little deep.
Yeah.
That's not at all what I thought you was going to show. That blew my freaking mind.
Yeah.
There you go, Yeti. There's the challenge. Go for it.
That's way above my level. Way above my pay grade.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
please. The Great Yeti?
Shit.
Who are you trying to fool, dude? Everybody here knows you. You gotta be joking.
Yeah, that's impressive. So, Nick, what'd you pick up at the store?
I didn't go yet. I'm going to go afterwards, but I already had some. I had some cider. I just been on this Downing cider for so long.
Oh, okay.
I love cider. Yeah. Much more than beer.
Yeah, I like both. I haven't been drinking beer too much, but I like the cider because I usually like to eat when I drink, and it's just good with eating. And it's just I stopped drinking soda. So
Can't beat a good apple cider, man.
Yeah. So I stopped drinking soda, so it kind of takes that place of that fizziness and that sugar that I like to get once in a while. So
Yeah, I've been since the playoffs started. I've had to go with the Yingling, so I can't stop now.
Yeah, I like Yingling a lot. Yeah.
Look at my good friend Frank HD Lawnway. Come on, Frank. Give me a break, Frank.
Yes, for people that don't know, Brent is the reason why I've been going by Daytime Frank, because when we were all in the shack, HD looks like Frank, talks like Frank Burns from MASH, so he got the name Frank, and because I was mostly in during the day and everything, or I had better lighting, I got called Daytime Frank. And
No, I can't take credit for that. That was Bob. Bob gave him the name. I only just ramped it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Bob gave him that name. That's my buddy Frank, the big old Indianapolis fan.
Yeah,
Poor
you're
fella.
one of the instigators, though.
Poor fella. Oh, I ramped it up big time. Yeah. But I can't take credit for the creation.
Yeah, because I always hear, well, where's Nighttime Frank? Or how'd that come from? It's like, well, now people know.
Yeah, he gets him and Bob have quite a relationship, or used to. And that's how he got the name.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay, Frank. We'll do it for you. We'll make sure the AFC gets it for you, man. Hopefully, you guys. Hopefully, you get Pretty Boy back next year, and you guys are in the hunt. I wish all the best for you.
Yeah, he should be back next year. If not, then they're in trouble.
Hell yeah, because a year and a half now, it's time to get back to work now. You got to let him go.
Teddy Bridgewater, he's going to be out there for the picking. Anybody wants to grab him as a backup, and hopefully his knees are okay.
Yeah, I think Case Keenum's going to be on the market too.
And there's a bunch of them that are on the market. Keenum, Bridgewater. I think Bradford's actually going to be on the market.
Yeah, Minnesota's needing a good quarterback right now. They after that NFC Championship game, they just fell apart. The whole team looked like the whole team just came apart.
And this draft, there's nothing in this draft that you can really say this guy's,
Well, that won't help them because they're what, 30,
29,
30th,
29,
30th, 29th, or 30th. Yeah, so they don't have any hope of getting anything done unless they trade up.
Yeah, this upcoming draft, there is nothing as far as top talent coming out. I mean, you have a couple of quarterbacks that should be good, but offensive line, defensive line, there ain't shit out there this year as far as guys that you're willing to use a first round pick and give them first round money.
Well, that's why I could not understand why the hell they let Jimmy go. And I know there's some controversy whether it was Jimmy, whether it was Bill or Robert that let him go, but to me that made no sense. Again, I didn't understand Ty Law letting Ty Law go. I didn't understand Lawyer Malloy. I didn't understand Richard Seymour, but I guess that's what those guys get paid the big bucks for, to make those decisions. But I mean, right now, if Brady goes down, I love Hoyer, but Hoyer?
Yeah, the Rams, they need to. They're looking at a room because Aaron Donald. They need to re-sign him. He's got Defensive Player of the Year, so he's going to want to get paid. Yeah,
unless they franchise him, but even if they franchise him, they still got to pay him anyway.
Yeah. Oh, the Redskins are talking about franchising Cousins, even though they went and got Alex Smith. This way, they can get something for him in a trade.
That's wishful thinking there, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, Ren. Hope you feel better.
I can't see the chat. Bye, Ren.
Yeah, she said she's going to take another.
Yeti sent it to me, but now I've got it on two different screens, and I'm not. This is only my second live show, so I've got no idea how to work this shit, man.
Cool. Yeah, the Mary Beth put out there. What about the WWE XFL? It could be interesting. Yeah. It could be.
Speaking about Mary Beth, where is she today?
I didn't send her a link because I knew we had
Patriots and got you.
Even though Alfredo's not a fan of either one, but he's my executive producer. He's here with us, and
the egg sack holder. Yeah,
exactly. He's the athletic supporter.
So are they bringing the XFL back?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They are really.
But this time McMahon's doing it by himself. He doesn't want any partners.
Yeah,
wow.
I think it's 2020. I think they plan on kicking off.
I hope they get rid of that the initial opener who gets the ball when they sprint 20 yards and then fly and hit the ball. I didn't like that part about it.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
There was no coin toss. Go get the ball. Who gets the ball gets the ball.
Yeah, free for all.
Yeah, well, they'll give Johnny Manziel a chance if he can stay sober enough long enough. If he's still alive in 2 years,
dude, how many more chances can one man ask for?
Well,
how many chances can you ask for?
Yeah,
every time you're given a chance, you screw it up.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats own his rights right now in the CFL, and I think he's going to go up there this summer and give it a shot.
Dude needs a whole transformation, man, because obviously there's something in it. I don't know if it's some kind of midget syndrome or not. I want to say it that way. Something he's going through, because every time somebody gives him a chance, he'll do 1 or 2 games he'll play, and then they'll find him in a bar slumped over a lady drunk again.
I delivered to a Mercedes dealership outside of Cleveland I guess about 2 years ago now. And I saw all these wrecked cars in the corner of their storage lot. There was a Nissan GTR sitting there. There was an S-Class Mercedes. There was a GL Mercedes sitting there. And I said, what's up with all them? And they said, oh, yeah, they're the cars that Johnny wrecked. There was still police tape around the GTR because that was when you had the high-speed chase in with the cops.
Justin Bieber times 10.
Oh, yeah, way worse than Justin Bieber.
Jeez.
That's another scary thing about him going to Canada. He can hook up with Justin Bieber, and they can be going out and hitting the bar at night.
Talk about Brokeback Mountain. Anyway, let me leave that alone.
All right, well, we all know who we believe is going to win, but let's get some score predictions. Yeti, how about you go first?
Oh man, I don't think I've got an overall score, but I think it's going to be Pats by 5. I'd hate to call a score prediction.
Yeah,
I can give you a spread. I do give a prediction that the Pats will be down at halftime, but we'll come back.
Yeah. That's common.
Okay, Willie McGinnis. Oh, he messed those guys up the other day. The Pats will lose the first half. 24-17, New England.
All right, how about you, Nick?
Yeah, I think it's going to be probably in the 20. I would say probably around 21-27 Eagles. Yeah.
Alfredo, how about you? You're the objective one here. What do you got?
24-28 Pats.
28-24 Pats. All right. I've been saying it for the last 2 weeks, so I got to stick with it. 27-23 Birds, and the parade on the tears and the beers are going to be flowing on Broad Street for the next few days.
Remember, all my picks have gone down, so that's why I'm going for the Pats. I have failed every single pick this playoff and postseason. I'm going for the Pats.
Nice.
Let's hope my luck continues.
You left coasters, man.
So, yeah, Yeti, are you not watching it?
Nope.
I'm not watching it.
He thinks he's not watching it. I already ordered a 53-foot trailer with a giant screen on the side of it and stereo speakers. It's going to be parked in front of his house about 6:30, and it's only going to have one channel, and it's going to be NBC. He's not going to have a choice but to watch it.
Yeah. So, Yeti, do you think it counts? Let's say I put the game on at halftime. I start from the beginning. What do you think happens there?
Nick, no.
I would say do it.
No. Just listen for the fireworks over on Girard Avenue. And, once that happens, you can flip it on. You can watch the confetti come down and then, run out in the street and go
Nick,
climb a pole. And
don't listen to him, Nick. TiVo.
TiVo.
Oh, you can TiVo it. Yeah, TiVo the fuck out of that shit. But
yeah, and just watch it 10 minutes behind.
Yeah.
I'm saying about 3.5 hours behind.
You can still start at halftime with TiVo. You start at halftime from the beginning, just like you said.
Yeah.
I don't know. It got me nervous.
Well, this will be kind of interesting because Nick, you said you're not watching, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched.
Okay.
I haven't watched the game all season, so yeah, I'm not.
What?
Yeah, this will be interesting because this will be pitting both superstitions against each other, not just teams, but.
And it's actually like every game I watched last year, they lost. Every game I watched, they lost. So
they lost 9 of them last year, so it wasn't hard.
Hey, yeah, you got his address? We make sure to get that trailer there. Get his address. You got to watch the game.
Yeah, that's saying.
I'm usually live when the Eagles are on this season, and people have been hearing in the background my family screaming, "Yeah!"
Pippa, this is not just a Christmas tree. This is an Eagles tree. Let me see. I wish I could zoom in.
Don't worry, Pippa. That's coming down tonight.
See, you've got stuff like this on there.
That's coming down tonight, Pippa. Oh, Frank HD. Look at it. Eagles win. I finally figured out the chat. Frank, you're going to be so disappointed tonight. I thought he was my buddy. I thought he was my friend. Look at him. He's praying. He's got 15 prayers up there for the Eagles to win. That's not going to help you.
No, the sisters of St. Mary Goretti, I'm sure they were praying hard in South Philly.
I'm sure whatever it takes, right?
A lot of prayers. Well, there's a lot of people that lived and died with the Eagles and that are no longer here to witness this. It's been 57 years since the last time we've had a championship and 13 since we've been this close and had this much hope. And it would just be fitting for a team that no one expected the Eagles fans to do shit this year, to just sneak up on us and do it all. I mean, in 2008 with the Phillies, they went to the playoffs in 2007, but were blown out in the first round. People were ready to run Charlie Manuel out of town, thinking that he was garbage, that he was just Jim Thomey's buddy, and that's the reason why he even got the job in the first place. And then they went out and with Pat Gillick being the general manager, kind of like Howie Roseman, went out and made the right moves, and then they went ahead and they won it all.
That team was ridiculous. That was such a crazy good team.
Oh yeah.
That's lots of people give the Yankees a lot of heat because of how much money they spend on a team and going out and but the Phillies really did that year, and it really paid off because
you got no salary cap in baseball, so they could do whatever the hell they want. You got a deep pocket. You could have the best team you can buy.
Yeah,
2 straight years the Phillies broke my heart.
Over 30 home runs, along with Ryan Howard being hot. That was just a crazy good team.
It was 2 straight years the Phillies broke my heart. I'm a Dodger fan. So it was horrible watching the Phillies go beating my Dodgers.
I'm gonna send Alfredo some Dodger dogs.
And then I got my heart broken this year or last year.
Yeah, you know,
Against Houston.
Yeah, old NFC West or National League West matchup. I still can't get used to that, the Astros being in the American League. But yeah, let's see. It's about quarter after. Let's wrap this around, get this around the room, and so Nick can go hit the beer store before they close. And they probably close 5 o'clock.
He's not watching the game. Hey, what are you going to the beer store for if you're not watching the game, Nick?
Just
he's got to have something with dinner.
Yeah, just a sob.
Something to nurse the wounds with.
Okay, cool.
All right, Mary Beth. Good seeing you. Thanks for popping in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, when I go to the beer store, I only get a 4-pack. So
yeah,
that's a waste of time. A 4-pack.
Oh, he's probably only going a block down the street. I'm sure.
No, but you can't even coat your belly with a 4-pack.
I can. Lately, I can.
I've got Kettle One on the sideboard for today. Kettle One and tonic with a squeeze of lime.
Nice.
That's the best vodka ever made. No hangover tomorrow.
I've always been a Belvedere guy when it comes to vodka.
I'm a Grey Goose fan.
I've tried them all. I think the Kettle One is the smoothest one out there.
I mean, it's
again, my opinion. You know, everybody's got opinions, just like assholes. Usually full of shit.
Not everybody has an asshole.
Wow. No? Well, that's true. Yeah, if you got, I mean, you have one. You might not be able to use it. You might come out of a bag, but you got one. Anyway, this is deteriorating fast.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Brent, where can everybody find you?
Me, I am actually just getting my Facebook page and then everything off the ground for Plume for my vape shop. And like I say, I'm selling my coils on ejuices.com on the wholesale website. So that's pretty much me. I'm just concentrating on doing me right now and trying to get everything in order
so
I can relax a little bit.
Up and running, right?
Yeah, pardon me?
Island Vapes is still up and runing, right?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we're still selling coils. We're still producing coils, and we're going into something other than liquids. We're coming very shortly. Going a different direction. You know, there's 30,000 e-liquids out there, and everybody, you know, there's a lot to choose from. Yeah. So I'm going to go in a little different direction, and I'll be announcing that very shortly. But things are going really well, and enjoying the ride.
Yeah, I just put your link out in chat. I think I have it right. So Island Vapes with 2 Z's, right?
Correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, I got that out there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite, man. I had a ball today. Had a ball.
Oh, yeah, it was a blast. I'm glad. Good seeing you again.
Right.
Hey, Nick, where can we find you? Where can we get you some of that awesome work you do?
So, usually if you want to buy coils off of me, I do it all through Instagram. Both my Instagram and my YouTube are n.divine83, divine with an E. And right now on my YouTube channel, I got the Coil Wars going on. Just put up a new video yesterday. So other than that, thanks for inviting me. I had a blast. Good luck to both teams. And,
yeah, man.
Yeah, nice meeting these guys that I haven't met before. And,
same here, buddy. First time I met you, yeah.
All right, awesome. How is Coil Wars going? I saw you had the video for the top 3 in each category. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was the top 3 in each category I put up last night, and it's going good. So many great builders put in to build this for this competition, and it's going really good. You know, hopefully it gets the buzz going so homeboy Josh could pick it up and do the second season. That's what we're all hoping for.
Excellent, man. Excellent. All the best to you in that. I hope that it just blows right up because, you know, that's something that a lot of people like. They just like to look at it because we can't do that shit. So we just love to see that people can do it because we can't do it. Normal person can't do that shit, man.
Yeah. It's awesome to see. Thank you.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The pseudo celebrity now, since he's got That's
Pseudo. Dude, that's a star. Yeti Choir.
You can find me, of course, at yetiwire.com if you need any coils. And of course, Instagram at Yeti's Uncle. There's usually not anything very interesting on my Instagram, though. If you want to see anything interesting, go check out Nick's or Saturation Station, you know. But that's where I'm usually at. That and 7 live shows a week. So I'm sure you'll find me.
Oh, absolutely.
It's always Black Friday at Yeti Choir, as Tommy would say.
Find something real quick before we head out of here. Let's see if I can pull this up.
Oh, wow. Now, see, that's weird. Pippa's link worked.
Huh.
Well, that one worked too.
Oh, wow.
That's so weird. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Let's see if Brent's worked. Oops.
Okay, let me see. All right, I think I'm going to have this set up. Crank this puppy up. All right, on that note, everyone knows where to find me. You can find me hanging out in the shack. You can find me right here on YouTube. Find me out on the road somewhere. I promise I won't run you over unless you cut me off. Hopefully you'll find me drunk as a motherfucker on Broad Street come Tuesday at a parade, heading down to the Lincoln Financial Field. I'm curious to see, you know, obviously the Eagles haven't announced anything yet, or the city hasn't announced anything yet as far as parade routes and all that. You don't want to give any bold.
I really would have wished they would have. You know, that would have been a little bit of bulletin board material.
No,
they learned the lesson, I guess. Shit.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. I'm just curious to see how they're going to work it out as far as because obviously if they do the unthinkable here and actually win this motherfucker, that they're going to have something inside the stadium. I'm just curious to see how they're going to have that set up as far as allowing people in for the celebration.
Yeah. I'm
sure, let's say if it, my lips to God's ears, we actually win this thing tonight, they, I'm sure they'll announce it on Eagles website this evening.
Wouldn't that be cheating though? If you got divine help?
Yeah. All right,
not saying a thing. Not saying a thing.
Let's see. I think I'm on this mic here. Let's see. On the road to victory. Come on, Nick. Fight, Eagles, fight. Score a touchdown. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hit them low, hit them high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory.
Frank, that was painful.
Eagles.
Frank, that was painful the way you sang it.
Hey, I'm going to ask Wes, what did Fresh say? Wes Cochran, Brent Fresh says that too. What did Fresh say? I don't see anything from Fresh.
Now, you must have been talking about something else. I don't know.
Huh. Strange. Wonder what. Go Eagles. Frank, something's wrong with you, dude. Anyway, you're switching up. You're going to the NFL, the NFC, hey, Frank? Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
He's part of that conglomerate. You saw them.
The bandwagon, yeah.
With the exception of New England, a little piece of Texas where Dallas is, and Minneapolis where all the still the salty Vikings fans are.
Dude, we are used to being on our own. We're here. The whole nation is there. Perfect. Let's go. Kick it off. Let's go.
That's right. Let's go. We got 2 hours and 39 minutes to kick off. Everybody, have a good one. Be good to each other. Be good to this community. This community loves you back just as much as you love it. So, if you can get one person this year to quit smoking and they get someone else to do it and that snowball gets rolling, and, fuck the FDA, whatever they want to do, because we can go, hey, we can beat them.
Yep.
Yeah, we might.
And I got no opposition here. I can do it all. I can say whatever the hell I want to say.
That's right. You can, Brent. The Eagles have been underdogs, this whole playoffs, and we're underdogs in this fight with the FDA. And let the dog eat. Let them big dogs eat.
Best of luck to the best team. May the best team win, guys. Thanks a lot for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, let me go ahead and stop this feed.